কানেক্ট করলাম ইমেজ, আমার ধারণা হয়ে যাবে তোমার হয়েছে তো। আচ্ছা, তাইলে ta-lib এই যে দেখো, এই যে থ্রি টু ক্রস, এটা হচ্ছে একটা ক্যান্ডেল। টু ক্রস মানে দুইটা কাক, এটা একটা ক্যান্ডেল, সেইটা আমরা প্রডিউস করছি। এবং সেইটা কিভাবে করছি সেইটা শুধুমাত্র আমাদের এখানে যদি দেখো শুধু ta-lib লাগছে, তাই না? হ্যাঁ, যে কারণে ta-lib অনেক ইম্পর্টেন্ট। হ্যাঁ, এখন এটা দিয়ে আমরা কি করব অ্যাকচুয়ালি দেখো, ডাটা ফ্রেম তো আমরা আনছি। ডাটা ফ্রেম, আমাদের ডাটা ফ্রেম তৈরি করতে সাহায্য করে, সেই ফাংশন আমরা বানাইছি। অ্যান্ড it's very pleasant to see. So let's see the data frame first. So data frame have the way we actually format the data frame, we just format the column. You already know how to format the column, don't you? Huh? Response, make your response. Do you know how to do that things using data frame, how to add the column already?
Yes, I know it.
Okay, and you know how to index things?
Yes,
Okay,
that is the next step.
and you know how time work, Unix, uh, millisecond time work, how
No,
to.
no, I don't know this.
Okay, and you know type as type, you do that things with me 2 3 type
Yes, float, float
typecasting.
type.
Yeah, and did you know how to make a new column inside data frame?
Float, yes, yes.
So in our data frame, if you see the data frame, we made a column called chains. That column chains, don't we? So we made that things using that. So we just minus open close to open, and we divided by that things by 100, and then frame open. So it's the percentage things. So how much it's fluctuate open to close actually. And someone asked me there is another actually parameter in Binance. For that we just use high and low instead of open and close, and we actually assign that things in a different database, and we can uh, frame symbol also the way it's work. And uh, we don't need all of the column from that things, we need only 10, so we write the function that way. So that is how data frame work, and we just grab minute data, month data, week data. Uh, don't make noise. Don't make noise. Oh my god! It just so that's how we make data frame. And there is some change in range data, so sometime we need to collect data from yesterday to day before yesterday, and we have that uses for that. That's why we call range data. So we use interval, and if you see Binance API, you will have much more sense about that things. We'll talk that things in details later, but most of the time we use minute data now for experiment. So what minute data do? It just call the API, and API take two parameter, one is interval and one is look back. So that's function we use a lot. So that is the function minute data, that's get minute data, and it's need three parameters. One it will be minute, it will be, and uh, one is the interval, actually how much interval it take, 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, and look back period, how much candle we need. So in that case it's 10 candle. So is that make any sense to you? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, so now we got data frame, and we use just open, high, low, and close from that data frame to predict it will be is there any uh, is there in that 100 data frame, is there any candle or not. So let's run that things. So it's amazing, the student version of that PyCharm is amazing. Some of my friend, even I'm bit of old, I'm not a student anymore, but some of my friends actually give me his mail address, and now I am able to use that PyCharm version. So when it's running, let me tell about that function. So ta-lib is not defined, that means it told me to run all the cell. So we can run all the cell together, and I think that will take care of that things. So that is that little unfamiliar to you? uh,
Which part?
uh, uh?
Which part?
Can you repeat? I don't understand what you're saying.
Uh, which part I
No, no,
don't
you are
understand.
using classic and I am using a student version. So I am,
Oh,
so is that create any difference, create a different understanding?
I hope no.
Okay,
Yes,
so
we are
it
always
is
same.
yeah, it is okay for you. So you see now it is giving me three candles. So that's a loop. I am using the directory and all the tlib directory, and then I just separate the candle from that directory, from all the parameters, and then I I can bring all the candle available candle, and there is 61 candle. So later we make some decision tree. What you see in our demo intro video. So that's why I am using one candle, because when you learn that things, you need to see how the tree is built. you have to have some very good sense how the tree is built. So for that I am going to take some help from my previous writing. So what you already say. So right now we are not using the database. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, yes, understand.
Okay. So and you see there is a index things.
Yes,
There is a index things. We already take care of that index thing in our data frame when we grab the data frame. Remember what I did?
yes,
Let me show you. Let me show you. So you have that. Have to have that sense actually. So in the data frame, we write the index. You see, it's a function. So we take care of that things already. So when we call from the database, we need to do that things again, but we can write a function for that. That's the whole point. So we drop and reset index because we don't want to duplicate data frame from the database. But in that case, sorry, in that case we don't need to drop anything because we know there is no duplicate data frame. So we did that things, and now we need to find the pattern from that. Do you understand? Okay. So let's let's add another cell. I didn't find. Let's find one. So that is the code we actually write for creating lot of patterns. I think I miss. Did I miss something? No. So that pattern will made by result from that result actually. Okay. Why this is not working? Let's make some. Where I'm missing? where I am missing, can you tell me? Tosif? Can you tell me where I am missing? Maybe I am running too much things. Yeah, it's give me the data frame, and then now it's clean. So we need another cell, and we need that code. So do you understand what I am just writing?
uh, find the pattern. I don't data filter.
So do you understand what that line means?
Pattern filter.
So I am create another data frame, okay, using that result,
Result is.
what we just append. There is lot of result. We append that things in that result array, and that array we projecting here, okay. And with the sum, we add a sum column also. With all those, we sum all those zero. We write pattern sum axis one, means that 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 one axis. So zero axis mean that, one axis mean that. So and then we just print that things. Okay. So by doing that things, we get all the sum of that 100 result. So that will make lot of sense when we actually. So now you see a result, you got result. So if you use just, oh, and another things, we made column using that cross, using that columns, we append column, we append all the candlestick in the columns, and we made all those rows using that columns. So is that make any sense?
Yes.
We'll get here, again, but uh, let's make the next. So here uh, we need to declare a lot of s type and different things, but uh, what we need, we just need that two line. Okay, we need to add the all the other we need to add all the other data frame data So so df means, if you see, what is df. So if you see what df means, so df means all the data. So now we have pattern data also, that data also. So we need to add all those things to actually we add all pattern data and make a no new data frame for our uh, machine learning things. So it's a can only concatenate string, not float. So we made all those things actually float, and data frame data is object. You need to remember that things. You understand?
yes,
So data frame data is object. So that's why we made that things. We made that things actually float also. So then it just numerical data. So that's why we, before we create data frame, we just made all those things floats. Now we, if we add those things, that will make sense. And another things we need to do, because you see, uh, let me show you so that can make sense. So so data frame have data which is not number, symbol column. We cannot make that things float. You cannot actually make that kind of things float. There is a technique to do that things, but you cannot that will not going to make any sense if you make that things actually a float. So we need to exclude that things. So how we do that things? We actually drop the data. So all the things I am showing you, it's the part of data cleaning. So how you prepare your data uh, for how you prepare your data for feeding in the models, because model just know number. It don't understand the it's it's it didn't understand. Can you hear me?
yes,
So drop column. So yeah, what is the difficulties? So I think I need to run all the things above things. Do you understand where the error come from?
no, I am, this is not function.
You don't understand.
No.
So we need to drop the data frame, drop the symbol column. So probably probably the symbol spelling is S. You see? So very tiny mistake. So now I think you will find that things. So for the data cleaning part, it will create a lot of problem actually. So now you can add all those things because now you are dropping and you just change all those things and now it's working. You see, kernel is busy. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
So now you got all the number. You see, you got all the number and the minus, plus, all the sum also, and the sum will be our y axis when we feed the model, and the x will be all the other column. So let's do that things very quickly. And so you prepare all the things. I'm not going to use that plot and other things for now. We'll do that things later. But you got the idea. uh, that will be our x axis, and in case my computer stop or restart, that will be all the things for data cleaning, and hopefully you enjoy that things. uh, and thanks for seeing. But if my computer work fine, then we need to go as far as possible with that thing. So now I am feeding x axis, and then the y axis also, because y axis just have the sum. And we find our data x y axis. It's a lot of data. And then the next column, we're not going to wait a lot, because uh, the way because I use the reason I use decision tree classifier. Decision tree classifier is the interesting things, because you need to know you need to get a visual first. So and from that we need a model. We're not going to write lot of things here, just the things we need. And we need to split, and we need to
Train and test.
yeah we need to uh, uh, most of the people have difficulties with actually data. uh, how I am getting the data, is that data is cleany, or we need it's a good data or bad data, things like that. So now I got the necessary things for train my model, and we are going to see that things. And in my case, it's telling me the scale learn is not uh, more not available. So if you don't see me, I am preparing the environment before. Here is the glimpse. So you can just you have to, all the things you got, you have to actually grab the things from internet. So where if you use Colab or sometime we use actually different internet things that give us the access all the libraries and necessary things. But if you do that things manually, what you should do, because if you create an environment in cloud for your production grade machine learning things, you need to actually, you cannot use Google Colab or something like that. You need to actually use the real environment. For that you need to actually install that things, and then it's not that much difficult things to do. You can just do that things. So you understand, uh, right now we need the job leave, and it's a 40 megabyte library. It will take some time. What do you say, Tosif?
Yes, yes. I showing this.
So Tosif, as I told you, I'm going to make some tutorials so people can learn. So today I show you the data frame and the other things, and the data cleaning part, where actually the float matter, and if you need to drop something, that's matter. If you want to add something, that matters. And another interesting things I'm going to show you, because we are uh, we are using that single column. So now you see the column actually uh, you see let's say use two column, just two, and let's not see the result. Actually we know what will be the result, because result will. So now we have two candle. Okay, so instead of using that things, we will use uh, we will use that two candles to produce the data frame. How we are going to do that? Tosif, can you give me an idea?
We made it by binary 0 1.
No. My thing is, you see, now you have 61 column, but we want to use just two columns.
To,
So if we,
show other column.
yeah, so if we actually, you can have sound now, if we make another variable end of that things. Okay, Is that give me is that give us the uh, frame? What do you think? So now what is the error? So the new value have two elements, okay, and we our axis has 61 elements. So the result is actually 61 elements. Am I right? So how you actually, that's a very much programming part. So how actually you use that two column to produce the result? Because you know you need that things a lot. Okay. So instead of saying result, uh, we can do the same things for result. Can we do that things? So if we do that things, is that working?
No.
Why not? Why it is not working? Can you tell me?
You get same index number.
Huh?
The development.
You have to look closely if you want to, if you really want to help me. So now you see, let's stop the length. So now if I want to make that things, did I get the two column things? And why I did that thing actually? What is the necessity? So a column means one feature. So feature is very important concept is machine learning. So if you don't understand your feature, you don't really know a lot of things. So let me, so there is no crow in the 100 frame. So let's use 1000 frame. Let's see what's it give us. Okay, and let's create a pattern using that things. So how you actually find there is there is other number except 0? How you filter that things? Can you do that things? Tosif? We teach I teach you before how you actually find that things. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
You don't remember that things. You see? That is the comment. So what we what we write actually? We write engulfing not is equal to 0, and in that case we can write pattern. Is that going to show us anything? Or we can write sum. Sum is not defined. So let's stick to the pattern. Oh, it will not going to be